This is for, I hesitate to say honors students. It doesn't take an honors student. But even though I'm not allowed to teach, I'm just a library clerk. I'm not allowed to help with research on the job. I am in an honors society of community colleges, Phi Theta Kappa. And I know that in that society, it was more likely than in the general population of students to find those interested. This doesn't mean that I was in that society when I became interested. I was just a dishwasher. Interested in what? Of course, is Access Hollywood. Those who see fantasy in my belief that Waters' abuse of Trump is an attempt to forge a partnership, a sort of binary star agreement of brutality under the First Amendment protections, is an echo of the way that Lenin and Reagan fused together in the mind of Ringo Starr when he began to play his game of the waltz. I want to take you into a storyline that is contemporary and modern for me. I've been revisiting the skateboard scene that I was part of at Pitt News. Now, there was a lot of shell games going on, a lot of fancy footwork. What I believed and what I was led to believe, and the way people said what was going on were often fictitious accounts, misled individuals, short-sighted understanding, and unanswerable curiosity based on mysteriousness and suspicion. But it did seem to me that the skinhead army, as they were calling themselves, who really tore up some of the things on campus, really scary stuff happened. An aesthetic of Screwdriver from Britain. Oh, don't release this stuff at me, Scargill. I'm talking about ancient history. It came as a sort of draft board for the skateboard scene. And although, to make clear what I saw in the Nazi punks F-off scene, I use the metaphor of Casablanca because it's an established cinema story about a turnstile in Morocco where sovereignty was being contested between the Third Reich and the forces of freedom. The Nazi punks F-off knew better than to be hoodwinked by the white Nazis coming in to school. And I liked them for it. I thought that they were suitably talented anarchistic kids, and it made me admire their art form. In fact, for Literary Digest, I'm still considering writing an article and submitting it to Thrasher magazine about the vernacular, about the achievements, about the tenacity and aesthetics and practice and social admiration that these kids have for one another. It would be very difficult for me not to include comments about the 80s. But my point, of course, isn't about skateboards. It's about Casablanca. Because this is where the fourth dimensional psychologists get frighteningly real. Ingrid Bergman, who played my friend Martha Gellhorn, Eleanor Roosevelt's dearest friend, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, a novel, a movie based on a novel that was dedicated to her. And she was one of Goebbels' starlets. So what was going on in Casablanca was fourth dimensional. They were playing a turnstile where superficially the Allies conquered the sensibilities of Morocco and Casablanca and walked away free agency. Discreetly and in the sideshow, in the spinning mirrors and the revolving bookshelves of Hollywood, Ingrid Bergman was sneaking in for an Axis backstab. That's why they used the underground symbol of a double cross in Casablanca. So when you look at the situation with skateboards, it's family entertainment. It's a common. These are kids and they're happy. And I admire them just as I did in Pittsburgh. And I hope that we don't see more of the shenanigans that Meese and Reagan and Trump and Waters calamitized the University of Pittsburgh with. I realized that Pitt in the city of Pittsburgh gave that Ripper Hatter, Penis Gabriel, a blank check to murder me. And they tortured me. They robbed me of so much of my potential. And my potential was already gravely compromised by being made deaf. They sent in an agent pretending to be my friend from Yoko Ono's death squads, named Amanda Harcourt. I have told Tacoma police, I have told the Democratic Party apparatus, I have told the folks back home in Topeka who recognized me as a confused individual, but someone who was dearly loved by one of the distinguished citizens. Please stop Amanda Harcourt. She's a significant berserker, a significant criminal who lied to my face and was given a blank check by the University of Pittsburgh to annihilate me in hideous cruelty and ordeals that the tongue can't handle describing. I have Parkinson's now. I'm somewhat back on my feet, but I'm old, and I can't turn back the clock. I have never been somebody looking for revenge. What characterizes these vicious personalities from Roger Waters, from Donald Trump, and apparently from the Democratic Party run by David Geffen, who funded Clinton and Obama, what characterizes this executive stronghold, this headquarters of licentious sadism. That's the only way to describe it. Is a grotesque inability to stop. When they've been found out in lies, when they've senselessly ruined the lives of innocent people, when they have killed bystanders, when they have threatened to do so many hideous acts and pull one shenanigan of reckless anarchy and mayhem after another. What characterizes Geffen, Obama, Waters, Trump, and Biden is a grotesque inability to stop, even when they're proven dead wrong in everything they claim is motivating them.